I would say to like a brand new rep, if you're watching now, choose one and just go all in on it. Like, don't try to spread yourself too thin. Don't be like, oh, today I'm going to cold call, tomorrow I'm going to go door knock, and then next I'm going to, open up a phone book. Just choose one.
We were forced into that position. The rules suddenly changed in Australia, so we're like, okay, we need to make these sales. So let's take it all the way.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Talk about savage.
So
It's
anyone
gonna look
who
good in
was,
your house, I promise. 30 grand, put it down now.
My manager, wanted to go out there and shadow me and, just kind of guide me through it. And I didn't need it. I didn't need it because I didn't want him to see how bad I was. So then I just started doing that at 11 a.m. before his 2 p.m. So before 2 p.m. I already had 3 deals. So he was like, well, I don't really have to do anything. I'll see you tomorrow.
So let me. Is it cool if I switch gears on this a little bit?
Man. Let's do it.
So door knocking. Obviously, you've seen in Sales Talk with Solar Pros, you've got not just door knockers, but marketers. You've got phone call center and Zoom closing and things like that. You guys pivoted to Zoom closing, a lot of that. I guess what's your 2 cents on the differences of effectiveness between cold calling, Zoom conferencing, in-home selling, door knocking? You've kind of played around in all those relevant areas. Where have you seen goods and bads and uglies, pros, cons? Talk to us.
Look, they all have their pros.
Yeah.
All have their pros, but I would say to like a brand new rep, if you're watching now, choose one and just go all in on it. Like, don't try to spread yourself too thin. Don't be like, oh, today I'm going to cold call, tomorrow I'm going to go door knock, and then next I'm going to, open up a phone book. Just choose one. Choose one and just go all in, and then, look for all the resources to try and, become the best at that.
I like that.
We started off in-home presentations, then we made the switch to virtual. Virtual, it was just straight phone. There was no Zoom, straight phone. So we had appointment setters, calling, setting up appointments, doing a live transfer to a closer. Closer would then just shut it down, take it all the way.
Sign loan docs. Here, you check your email. It's coming through. Now, as you can see in your email, you've got panels here.
Scroll down.
But those actions were born as a result of, we were forced into that position. The rules suddenly changed in Australia, so we're like, okay, we need to make these sales. So let's take it all the way.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Talk about savage.
So
It's
anyone
gonna look
who
good in
was,
your house, I promise. 30 grand, put it down now. Love it. What about you?
Just stick to one. I've always just stuck to door to door, just because it's faster, dude. You can literally get out of your car, go sell that neighbor, go sell whoever is the homeowner. It's just, to me, it's easy, right? You concentrate on building. It's like, dude, like when you said I knock on 7 doors and I book 6, dude, that's me. Like literally, it takes me about 10 doors to get 3 or 4, and then okay, it's game, right? And it took me a long time because before I went door to door, and actually it changed my life, door to door, and I jumped into door to door on accident, right? I don't know if you said you dropped out of college, right? I graduated from San Jose State, and I thought I was the shit, right? And I was like, damn, dude, but nobody wants to hire me. I have no experience, and then so I had no experience. So then what happened was I kind of like fell into it. I needed to pay my student loan, and I went into it. But before that, dude, I literally blacked out of my communication course. Blacked out. I don't remember, and I just went and sat down. It was the most embarrassing thing, as I always tell people, that I didn't fail that class, but I didn't pass it. I dropped it, right? I dropped it
Before I could fail it.
So I jumped into the door to door, and I just, for me, it was more fear. Like I was fearful of being fired because I needed to pay my student loan. So what happened was that my manager, wanted to go out there and shadow me and, just kind of guide me through it. And I didn't need it. I didn't need it because I didn't want him to see how bad I was. So then I just started doing that at 11 a.m. before his 2 p.m. So before 2 p.m. I already had 3 deals. So he was like, well, I don't really have to do anything. I'll see you tomorrow. So then I was just like, man.
That's
and
awesome.
You know what? The funny thing, for a whole month, I didn't know what my commission was. I thought I made 3 grand. I'd have made 10 grand.
So
Yeah, I didn't know. He was like, "You stupid," and I was like,
this is guys.
Cable.
This is important, and this is my next question. So let's take this principle because it's even worse in solar. You tell somebody what they make in solar, they stop working. Like flat out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we would be doing our people a better service if we just simply said, "Oh, congrats, you made $500. So go get another one."
Yeah.
And they sell 10 in a week, and they'd be like, "Yeah, you made like a couple grand. Good job." Like, and then you're like, once a year, like, surprise, you know?
Here's a massive check.
Here's a massive check. Wait. I've been holding on. I've been invested it, actually. I made you 10% on it too, like, or something. Like there's a way to do that. How do you avoid complacency? Because that's been the biggest problem I've noticed in this industry is guys get paid too much, and you go and a guy's like, I got one sale this month, and now I can live for the next 30 days, and then they're broke, and then they get another sale because they need it to pay off their debt or pay their rent or whatever that looks like, and that is the normal solar agent. How do you combat that? What are some things you've seen to help, like in your own lives and your own selling or others?
I would say goal setting. Goal setting, like, and I could talk about my guys all the time. I got some killers on my team, but they go through 2 months of like 10, 12, 15, and then 60, 100, and then I'm like, hey bro, where you at? I'm living my life, right? So then what I try to get them to do is just goal set. Hey, what are you trying to attain? But even that in this industry, it's crazy hard to do that. It's crazy hard, and that's that's the reason why I brought you in, because I'm like, dude, I need. We were about to
drop some fire. This is like a good intermission, by the way.
So that's what I would say about that. But I think goal setting. I think a lot of people lack goal setting, because for me, even I live in Pismo Beach, and that's a $1 million home, and then I also I bought the Rolls Royce, and it was like you said, you break down the numbers of how attainable something is, and dude, that's what drives you. You're like, damn, dude, I can make $1 million in this business. I only have to close about 12 deals a month. That's insane. But nobody really breaks down the numbers to the ridiculous, right? Like, hey, I gotta knock X amount of doors to get X amount of presentations, to get X amount of sit downs, to get X amount of closes. And nobody does that, right? And it's, a lot of the guys don't do that because they really don't, I feel like they don't have something to strive for. They're capped, they're complacent, right? I think my father-in-law said it, he's like, as Mexican, I'm Mexican, so he said as a whole, the Mexican community is complacent. If they see that the kids are making more money than their parents, then they're okay with that. They're making 10K, you go home, right? They go home, and that's.
But to elaborate on that, I mean, there's complacency in many different nationalities. I mean, I was in South America as well, in Colombia, and it could have been said there, but living in Australia as well, it's said there. And so just to elaborate on that, I mean, something that I've we've implemented in our company as well is just breaking people down into 4 categories. Because there are people who only want to remain in the role, but they do want to be able to set goals for themselves as well. And more often than not, it's, money is one aspect. It could be spirituality, relationships that they have with family, friends, their community as well. And so being able to put things in place to achieve those goals, providing them with experiences that they wouldn't have otherwise experienced on their own. But then just above that, I mean, some people also strive to be leaders. I look for signs, when people ask questions, it's like, hey, can I get a raise? It's like, of course you can. I know that that's a sign of I want more responsibility. So that's when, that goal setting conversation is had with those people. They need to, reach up and take on new responsibilities. Above team leader for us, it's, a strategist. So that's when it could be the head of a department and, so it's probably managing multiple sales managers as well. And then above that for us, I mean, we haven't reached that level yet with someone else, but, someone will say, I want to be able to run my own business. Great. There's an opportunity right now for you to build relationship with us, build a track record. We'll understand how you work. You'll understand how we work. And if we're building a great platform, let's invest.
Yeah.
Let's do something together.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think that too often, sometimes we get threatened. I watch the leader get threatened when other leaders are trying to come up along the ranks, and it's almost like, no, but crap, I'm now insecure because now what if he's just as good as me or better? And a lot of times we actually start pushing people, suppressing the growth. And when we're asking for growth, I want to scale and grow, but I don't want any of my people to grow. And it's like we're now in this stupid conundrum. And there's a term in Australia they use that's called the poppy syndrome.
Tall poppy syndrome, yeah.
So in America, none of us know what the freak poppy syndrome is. So help shine some light on the freak poppy syndrome is.
Look, I'll give you a classic example. I mean, you've got characters like Floyd Mayweather here, who talk a big game, and I mean, of course, he's still got some haters here, okay, but he's also got some massive fans as well, which is why he's doing incredibly well. I mean, in Australia, we've got, he's a sports star, Anthony Mundine. He tried to climb the ranks in boxing as well. Obviously didn't get to the same level as Floyd Mayweather, but every time he was saying something equivalent to what Floyd Mayweather would say, boom, gets shot down by the media. Right? And other people as well.
So the media would be like, you idiot, like you won't make it.
It would be a combination of media, family, friends. It could be everyone, really.
They're like, why are you trying to be so great? Why do you got to go above and beyond? Why do you got to be? That's the poppy syndrome.
There's this culture, to build people up when they're the underdog, right? So there's, if you're the underdog, let's build them up, and then when they get to a certain position where they're starting to rise above the rest, it's like, whoa, you're just going too fast. You're moving, too hard.
So keep going.
Yeah, we saw it at the gym. So we were at the gym the other day, and we're looking around. There was, guys popping and locking, to music, all that sort of stuff, right?
I love that, in US people can express themselves like that,
I was dancing at a gas station this morning, and then the attendant was like, wow, killing it.
We'll never see that happen, man. We'll go to a gym, everyone's, just listening to the music in their own space, they're looking at each other like, who's going to do this, who's going to do that, who's got bigger muscles, whatever. But here in America, you can just express yourself, man. Everyone, it's just a free place to do it.
Another example is that, we've got the Australian Financial Review, which is, probably the equivalent to Forbes. And it was talking about how a particular business person was making so much money. And then you look at the comments, the reactions, okay, and there's so much hate, right? Why is this person, making that amount of money, right? Whereas, I feel in United States, I mean, of course, you're still going to have some haters, but you've got more people who are, putting that person on a pedestal, basically saying, hey, pushing them higher as well, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
let's
going.
go, let's get it.